Hello Agency Go family, I wanted to make this video about how you can structure your sales compensation for your BDR team. Here's all the meetings that I booked for my top sales rep, Ian. See, his calendar is packed. These are all the meetings that my entire sales team gets. And then if I go all the way back to 2018, these are the meetings that I was jamming on my calendar even 4 years ago. And this is all the meetings that are booked for all of my closers and broken down by channel. You can see that I modeled this after the first $1 million in business that I closed. BDR stands for Business Development Representative. Essentially, a BDR is somebody who's getting paid. I try to target about $25 per hour, and then they get a bonus of if they exceed their quota of meetings that are booked per month. The metric that I use to identify if there's a qualified meeting is if they showed up and they met a number of different characteristics that I outlined. And so if somebody gets over 10 qualified meetings that show up in a given month, I'll pay them $400 per qualified meeting that shows up every single time. So let's say they get 20, which would be really, really high because honestly 10 is the quota. But let's say they get to 20, in theory, somebody can get 20 times 400, $8,000 in pay that 1 month if they can get that many to show up. Now, the idea is that you can really only do this when you really understand your business metrics. So if you really understand that X amount of qualified meetings that show up will produce Y amount of revenue, then you can really map out for them and say, hey, if you book this many meetings, I know you're gonna close X amount of sales. And so if you do this, then I can pay you a certain way. It actually makes sense for my business model. Now, what I try to do is I start everybody off at 20 hours per month. So that sounds really low, like very tiny amount of work, right? But the idea is that they're gonna scale and grow over time. And so when they do this, when they do scale and grow over time, it means that you can then ramp their hours up. Then if they can produce X amount of sales in a certain amount of time, then I'll keep incrementally increasing the amount of hours that they work on a weekly or monthly basis. And then the way that I structure the contracts closed versus meetings that are quality that show amount. So basically what I do is I have one amount that is total contracts sold or closed quota. And then I have total meetings that are qualified that show up quota. And essentially what I do is I say whatever number of these two buckets is greater, that's what you're going to be getting in terms of compensation. So that way, if somebody is just focusing on booking meetings for your agency, they're then not going to have to be dinged in terms of their performance bonuses if, for instance, somebody doesn't close a meeting that they put on their calendar. So for example, I might have, let's say, a quota of one BDR to produce two $15,000 minimum contracts every single month they work with us. And that's just the bare minimum for a full-time employee to keep their job working with us, right? If they can get to 3, I'll pay that person an extra $2,000 because they get $2,000 per contract that's closed. That's $15,000 contract minimum every single time. So if they do 3 contracts that are closed, the total compensation is $6,000. Now let's say somebody also books 10 meetings, right? And they're 10 qualified meetings that show up. 10 qualified meetings that show up would turn out to $4,000. So whatever is greater, the meeting amount and the contract's closing amount, whatever is greater is the amount that actually they get paid, right? So that's kind of playing off of the draw system that you might hear about often. And I'll actually be diving deeper into like how you set up a draw for closers, how you ramp them to $1 million in sales in another video. But just in this video, I just wanted to lay out for you the fact that you have 2 different buckets, right? You have the contracts bucket, and then you have the meetings booked that are qualified that show bucket. Whatever number of that is greater, you then give them the excess. And then this is good too, because what happens is you want to be able to scale your reps up and down. That's the biggest thing. You not only want to start them off slow and scale them up, or low and scale them up, but you also want to ramp them down if, for instance, their performance isn't great. So what I do is I tell them you only can work the amount of hours that you based on your previous month's performance. So for instance, if their quota is 10 qualified meetings that show in a given month, and they only produce, let's say, 5 qualified meetings that show in a given month, we then have to put a notice in unless they're told otherwise, right? Unless we want to keep working more hours for whatever other reason, they then have to assume their hours are going to be chopped in half in that next month. And that's a way to basically never have to worry about it. It completely automates the scaling process of your BDRs, right? It basically puts that on autopilot for you. So you never have to think about that. They just get scaled up or down depending on, essentially whatever their performance was the previous month. They know that, they're committed to that. They know that their hours and their pay is purely based on them, right? And that way you don't have these high fixed costs that just kind of carry over month. of BDRs that aren't really producing. You can always point a certain dollar amount to exactly what they're producing, what they're doing. The last thing I'll talk about is the way you want to really scale these BDRs is you want to make sure that you have a tracking system in place. So what I do is I route all of our meetings through Calendly. Those meetings go through Calendly, and then those meetings go directly onto an Airtable that I then track all the meetings. However, there's sometimes discrepancies in terms of, who the meeting was attributed to, like what closer it was sent to. Sometimes the person who booked it isn't the name that's inside the Calendly, because sometimes the prospect will book the meeting themselves, so it gets a little muddy. So in order to attribute the meetings to the BDR, I have this form that basically is a BDR attribution form. And this form will make sure they get credit for the people that showed up. And then every month they can see inside this Airtable view, they can basically see how many meetings they booked total, how many have showed up, what stage in the pipeline those meetings are. And again, that allows them to actually gain ownership over attributable revenue that they're producing for the company, ownership over their salary, performance, etc. Right? So that's essentially how I look at it. Hope this video was helpful, Agency Go fam, and I hope that you apply these lessons to your own business. Thank you so much for watching.
The opportunities that came up for me in specific, but also for our community in general, has just freaking hit that hockey stick, right?
Yeah.
When did I jump on?
Ready to scale your agency? Join our 200-member agency community today and learn everything you need to know to scale your business and add $10,000 in monthly recurring revenue guaranteed.